Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. I am Muhammad Yasin. This is virtual class of Pakistan International School Thai. This class is for the students of grade 8. We are doing chapter 4 and this is 38th video in this class. In our today's lesson, we shall learn to write a paragraph, a visit to a hospital. We shall do translation given on page 77 of our grammar book. Then we shall do remaining exercises of chapter 4. This is the paragraph, a visit to a hospital. What is the context? You have visited the hospital and you will write what you saw over there. This is a sample paragraph. Let us read it to get some idea what can be written. Then we can change it, add in it, leave from it to write our own paragraph. A clash took place between two rival parties. Clash means there was a fight between two parties in which 3 persons received bullet injuries. My father went to the hospital to inquire about the health of one of the injured. I accompanied him one day and saw the pitiable condition of patients in the ward. One section of the hospital or each section of a hospital is called a ward. There were about 30 beds with patients either lying or reclining. About half a dozen of patients were moaning miserably. Moaning means producing some sounds, painful sounds, and their condition was critical. One of them stopped moaning after about half an hour, and I was shocked to learn that he had expired. Expired means died. After a couple of hospital formalities, the dead body was handed over to his relatives. In the nearby outdoor department of the hospital, there were pathetic scenes. Pitiable scenes. Ailing children were wailing. A few women suffering from some diseases were lying out under a tree. They looked more like skeletons. An unconscious patient was being carried on a stretcher. Some boys were brought on carts with fractured bones. A profusely bleeding woman injured in an accident was being taken to the casualty ward. There were some bandaged patients who winced with pain. The courtyard and the corridors were crowded, and the sight of suffering was unbearable. Before leaving the hospital, I muttered sincere prayers for the recovery of patients. Yes, students, this paragraph is showing us some pitiable scenes in the hospital. And this is the paragraph to write about the visit that you have taken to complete your paragraph. Let us move forward. Dear students, this is the translation paragraph. We shall translate it into English. This paragraph is taken from our grammar book. It is given on page 77. क्या वो लूमड़ की कीमत मुनासिब तलब करता है? मुनासिब is translated here reasonable. तलब करना demand. Does he demand reasonable price for his fox? Does he demand reasonable price for the fox? कपड़े का ताजर कम नाप क्यों देता है? कम नाप देना is given here short measure. Why does cloth merchant give short measure? क्या तमाम तलबा डाक के टिकट जमा करते हैं? Number 4 is given here. डाक के टिकट postage stamps. जमा करना collect. Does all the students collect postage stamps? Number 4 is क्या अमीर आदमी दोनों हाथों से दौलत लुटाता है? दोनों हाथों से दौलत लुटाना to burn the candle at both ends. Its translation will be does the rich man burn the candle at both ends? Part number 5. तुम साइकिल खरीदने पर क्यों इसरार कर रहे हो? इसरार करना is translated here insist. Why are you insisting to buy a bicycle? Dear students, let us move to part number 6. Part number 6 is क्या ये लड़की रात को देर से सोती है? Does this girl sleep late at night? परिंदे कब चहचहाते हैं? परिंदों का चहचहाना is translated here chirp. When do the birds chirp? उर्स पर लोग क्यों गाते और नाचते हैं? Why do the people sing and dance on urs? Urs will be written urs. Urs is a get together. Someone arrange this get together in memory of someone. Part number 9 is क्या वो किसी की परवाह नहीं करते हैं? Do they not care for anyone? Part number 10. आप किस किस्म के ख्वाब देखते हैं? What kind of dreams do you see? Part number 11. तुम तर्जमे की मशकें मुझे क्यों नहीं दिखाते हो? Why don't you show me translation exercises? क्या वो अपनी गलती मानता है? गलती mistake. मानना admit. Does he admit his mistake? क्या ये जमात अपने काम में दिलचस्पी लेती है? Does this class take interest in its work? क्या पाकिस्तान में बारिश सिर्फ मौसम गर्मा में होती है? Does it rain in Pakistan in winter only? Sorry, मौसम गर्मा in summer only? पहाड़ों पर किस मौसम में बर्फबारी होती है? बर्फबारी snow. Does it snow on mountains? पहाड़ों पर बर्फबारी किस मौसम में होती है? When does it snow on the mountains? When does it snow on the mountains? Dear. This is MCQ's exercise. We are set to fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions given below each sentence. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrated between Makkah to Medina, from Makkah to Medina, after Makkah to Medina, into Makkah to Medina. What is correct option? Our correct option will be from Makkah to Medina. We shall select it like this. Abu Jahl dash a fit of furry. What is the correct preposition? With a fit of furry, after a fit of furry, in a fit of furry, into a fit of furry. Correct option will be in a fit of furry. He began knocking at the door, on the door, into the door, about the door. What is the correct option? At the door. She has resolute faith dash Allah Almighty, of Allah Almighty, in Allah Almighty, at Allah Almighty, to Allah Almighty. What is the correct option? In Allah Almighty. She gave dash, she gave out, gave through, gave in, gave away. Correct option will be gave away. Her life would always be a beacon of light for all of us. Dear students, this is exercise F. In this exercise, we are set to fill in the blanks with prepositions of time. Ali is arriving on January 26 at 2 o'clock. We write on with name of month and at with time. Saqib is leaving dash Friday, on Friday. Asher has started working for his law firm when? In 1995. I met Shaheen 9 a.m. at 9 a.m. The doctor will see Alize in the evening. Sobia has her birthday on September 11. We will have vacation in summer. We will have vacation in summer. This is exercise G. In this exercise, we are set to punctuate the following using capital letters, comma, and full stop. The Holy Prophet. T of the will be capital, H of holy will be capital, P of prophet will be capital. The Holy Prophet and his close companion Hazrat, H capital, Abu, A capital, Bakr, B capital, Siddiq, S capital. Because first letter of each name and each part of name is always capital. Dear students, this paragraph is taken from your lesson. It is given on page 33. This is first paragraph. I would like you all do it by yourself, then check it from the book. It is correct or not. We have come to writing skills section. In this section, this is exercise A, and we are set to summarize the lesson by completing the following mind map. First of all, here we shall write the title of the lesson. Then we shall discuss personality trait of Hazrat Asima. The first personality trait, we shall explain it with an example. Then we shall write another personality trait of Hazrat Asima. We shall discuss with an example. Then here will be third personality trait. We shall explain it with example. Just like this, we shall complete the summary of the lesson. This is the first part of the summary. Hazrat Asma was the daughter of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq. She supplied food to Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, in the cave Saur. When they were migrating to Medina, she performed this great task very courageously. How difficult it must have been for her to travel on the rocky path at night, with the constant fear of being detected. On the night of migration, a tribal chief of disbeliever, Abu Jahl, Abu Jahl, in a fit of fury, started knocking Hazrat Abu Bakr's door. He demanded, Hazrat Asima, where is your father? She politely replied, how would I know? He slapped her on so hardly that her key ring fell down, but she remained steadfast and did not reveal the secret. Dear student, this is the first part. Second part is here. She was wise and intelligent. Her grandfather, Hazrat Abu Quhafa, who was old and blind, said to her, Asima, I think Abu Bakr has taken all the wealth, leaving you and children empty-handed and helpless. She gathered some pebbles and put them at the place where her father used to keep his money and jewels. She covered it with a piece of cloth. She called her grandfather and said, Come, grandfather, look, he has left all this for us. He touched the cloth and thought it was full of gold and jewels. In this way, she consoled her grandfather. We came to know how wise she was. Instantly, she decided to console her, to satisfy him, and she was successful. Dear students, in this way, you can write the summary. The third part can be Hazrat Asma was so generous. In previous part we explained how wise she was. In first part we explained how hardworking she was and how much she loved with our Holy Prophet. She was so generous that she sold the garden inherited after the death of her sister Hazrat Aisha. We are trying to explain here her generosity. She gave away all the money to the poor and the needy. Nobody ever returned empty-handed from her doorstep. Hazrat Asma will always be remembered for her courage which we explained in first part of the summary. Generosity in second part of generosity we explained here in third part. And wisdom we explained in second part when he satisfied his grandfather. She had resolute faith in Allah Almighty. Her life would always be beacon of light for all of us. Yes, students, this is the next exercise. In this, we are set to write a character sketch of Hazrat Asma. In this section, we shall also write about Hazrat Asma's qualities. First of all, we shall introduce her, who she was, then her qualities. For example, we shall start character sketch by writing Hazrat Asma was the daughter of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, step-sister of Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa, wife of Hazrat Zubair bin Al-Awwam and mother of Hazrat Abdullah bin Zubair. Hazrat Asma was amongst the early few who accepted Islam. In the preparation of this, early Hazrat Asma rendered useful services to prepare food and tie it on the camel. Yes, students, this is the second part of character sketch. She remained steadfast and did not reveal the secret when Hazrat Abu Jahl asked her about her father and slapped her so hardly that her earring fell down. She consoled her grandfather by covering some pebbles and saying, "Look, grandfather, he has left everything here." During the days in the cave of Thawr, Hazrat Asma took food for the Prophet of Allah and her father, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, which was very difficult and dangerous. She took the food. Hazrat Asma was a generous woman. She inherited a garden after the death of her sister Hazrat Aisha. Dear students, you will find some of the content repeating in different questions. It is okay. No problem will be there when you will write in the examination, because in the examination you will not be repeating. There will be about one question from here. She told it and gave away all the money among the poor and the needy, and felt more pleasure than those who received the gifts. Nobody ever returned empty-handed from her doorstep. She died at the ripe age of about 100 years. Yes, students, we have written the character sketch of Hazrat Asma. This is the next exercise. This is oral exercise. In this exercise, we are said to read the useful words and try to understand. For example, informal friendly greeting. When we want to greet our friend, we say, "Hello, hello Ahmed." "Hi Ahmed." But in a formal or business letter or in a business way, we don't say hello, hi. We say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If it is formal conversation, we start it by saying, "How do you do? How are you?" When meeting someone after a while, what does it mean? We have not seen someone. When we see him again, we shall say, "Good to see you again." Good to see you again. It has been long time. It has been long time. What does it mean? I have not seen you for a long time. How do we introduce ourselves? Introducing yourself. I would like to introduce myself. I am. You will tell here the name. I am. You will tell where you study, school name, in which class, where is the school. That is called introducing yourself. After that, when meeting for the first time, if you are meeting someone for the first time, you will say, "Pleased to meet you," "Nice meeting you," "Glad to meet you," "It's a pleasure meeting you." You can use all these sentences when you are meeting for the first time. How will you respond if someone is saying you like this? You will say, "Very well," "Fine, thank you." Dear students, these are the phrases which we can use to greet, to start conversation, to meet someone after a few days, after a while, to introduce ourselves, when we are meeting someone for the first time, when we respond someone's greeting, we can use these phrases. Dear students, this is the next exercise. Let us read the instructions and try to understand what are we set to do. A new student has joined your class. You know very well, during the whole year, new admissions continue and new students join our class. Use the phrases from above and greet your new friend both formally and informally. Also introduce yourself and ask for introduction. Yes, we shall introduce our class, our teacher, and then we shall ask the new boy to introduce himself also. We shall greet him, we shall say him welcome in his new class. After telling him our class, of little about subjects, about the teachers, we shall ask him for introducing himself. He will tell us his school, where he was studying before coming to our school, and the subjects what he was studying over there. This oral conversation will continue like this. Dear students, in your homework, you will learn and write paragraph, a visit to a hospital. We have done it in the beginning of this lesson. You have visited a hospital. What you saw over there, you will write. That will become a paragraph. After that, you will write translation that is given on page 77 in your notebook. That is important to write in your notebook. After that, you will do all exercises of chapter 4 which are done today in your notebook. Dear students, that is all from our today's lesson. See you later in a new lesson. Goodbye.